When world leaders or the media announce a ceasefire, many people assume it means peace has finally arrived. But in legal and military terms, a ceasefire is not the same as peace. It's more like pressing pause on a war that's still very much alive. A ceasefire is a formal agreement between warring sides to temporarily or permanently halt combat operations. It can be declared unilaterally by one side or negotiated bilaterally, often with help from mediators like the United Nations or neutral countries. Once accepted, a ceasefire is binding under international law, meaning both sides are expected to comply in good faith. There are different types of ceasefires. A localized ceasefire might apply to just one area, for instance, allowing humanitarian convoys through a city or creating an evacuation corridor. A temporary or humanitarian ceasefire often lasts a few days or hours, allowing aid groups to reach civilians trapped in combat zones. A permanent ceasefire is typically part of a broader peace process, laying the groundwork for political negotiations or a treaty to formally end the war. However, enforcement is complicated. The United Nations or other observers can monitor compliance, but there's no global ceasefire police. When one side violates the truce, even with a single attack, it can legally and politically unravel the entire agreement. Under international law, these violations may constitute renewed acts of aggression, but actual accountability often depends on international pressure or political will, not strict enforcement. Historically, some ceasefires have paved the way to lasting peace. Others have fallen apart within hours. The Korean War, for example, technically ended only in a ceasefire in 1953, not a peace treaty, meaning that legally the war never fully ended. So when you hear the word ceasefire, it doesn't necessarily mean peace. It means a fragile, temporary break in violence, one that can save lives, buy time, or fall apart overnight, depending on what happens next. This is Straight Wire News. No fluff, just the facts.